Hey everybody, Crystal Gamer here, and welcome to the fourth installment in my Make Me Want to Buy challenge series. For those of you new to my channel, I run these challenges every few weeks, and they're essentially pack challenges. This one is for the Romantic Garden Stuff Pack, and what it is entrants design and furnish any space, any size, interior or exterior, using objects from the challenge pack. Then they tweet up to 4 photos with the objective of making me want to buy that pack. Now, of course, I already own the packs, but that's not the point. The point is, with their design, make me want to go out and buy it. And those of you who follow me will know that I often do a build in line with my challenge as well. And I did do one this time. I have a very short video on it. I think it's about 5 minutes. So if you're interested, a link to that will be on the screen at the end of this video and also posted in the comments below. Now, today is a fun day. Not only are we dealing with what may be the most beautiful of the Sims 4 stuff packs, but I'm excited to announce that we have several new Simmers joining us this time. That said, without further ado, our entrants in alphabetical order by Twitter name are Anchasenamun Sim. I don't know if I did that right or not, but her real name's Diana. I'm probably going to use that for the rest of the video just because it's much easier. And I'm all about easy. But she's new to us, so yay! Derrick Johnson TS, also new. Hellbunny123, JetGirl2113, Lara Ann BYT, Lara is Simming, Lega Simmer, who is another newbie, Menna Buchner, Nerdy Snaily, Ninster00, who goes by Nanny, and she's also new to us this time, and Toni W Gus. And I want to give a special thanks to both Nanny and Diana because I asked them both specifically to join us and they have. So that was really nice of them. Thank you so much for coming on board. And speaking of new people coming on board, I didn't think you guys would appreciate a 5-hour-long video. So as much as I might prefer a natural reaction, in the interest of saving time, I reviewed the entries in advance and have in many cases chosen to highlight only my favorite one or two images by an entrant. Or in some cases, I'm including all of the images, but reviewing some of the entries very quickly. For order, I assigned everyone a number, and then I used a random number generator to determine the order I'd go through them. Lastly, overwhelming feedback in last week's Sims Social Sunday was that people want to hear constructive criticism. Now, I'm hesitant on this, but I may try for some of that today. If I do, it's probably going to be from a photographer's perspective, though. Since I'm a photographer, that's, I can't look at images without looking at them from with a photographer's eye. So if I offer any up, it's likely to be in that vein. And hopefully y'all are still good with that. And, the big thing is I still want to make sure that we're having fun. I don't want to get too serious. We're supposed to be having a good time here. So that's the big thing. So speaking of fun, those new to the game should know that we don't give out any prizes here. Simply fake awards and bragging rights. Loads and loads of bragging rights. With that said, let's move on to our first entry. And our first one is JetGirl2113. And she's very excited in her tweet. She says, I finally did it. I built a KG Romantic Garden Stuff Park. She says that she cheated slightly by putting in a cats and dogs toilet for the toilet block, but those can always be removed. But her big thing is that she can't landscape, so she's very proud of this. And Jet Girl, I'm very proud of you too, just for entering. If you think you can't landscape, for having the courage to enter, you go, girl. So let's see what Jet Girl gives us. She gives us a 2-part garden here, and we have this area in the front where we can enjoy the fountains. We have some monkey bars for the kids, and obviously we have our toilet block that we talked about. Now, we can't see what's happening in the back. We can see something's happening there, but we can't get a good look at it until we go to image number 2. And this is brilliant, in my opinion. For someone that can't landscape or feels that she can't landscape, this is a very good idea, Jet Girl. She went with a hedge maze, and at the end of each area, she put a little, either a bench or something to see. In the main large area, I think that's a wishing well with a couple of benches. So what a great idea, especially for someone that can't landscape. Very smart thinking. And then the other thing, I want to draw everyone's attention to the right-hand corner down the bottom. Look at that cute little heart down there. Done in flowers. That's a wonderful idea. It makes it a nice romantic touch for our romantic garden stuff pack. So well done, Jet Girl. And then our next entry comes to us from Toni W Gus. And he says, the Willow Creek National Arboretum was established nearly 200 years ago. A new state-of-the-art glass enclosure was built to protect the original arboretum 25 years ago today. Come visit and celebrate our Silver Jubilee. So on this, Toni builds us this beautiful building, first of all, but the thing that I want to point out in this image really quickly is the lion fountain sculpture at the front. Toni is using one of the divider pieces, the one with the hole in it, the romantic garden divider piece behind that fountain to put all the flowers around it, but yet still have the lion show through. And that is absolutely brilliant. Toni always thinks of really brilliant ways of using pieces in the game. And I just love that. Totally love that. This image I wanted to point out real quickly. I really love the image itself for the frame within a frame. The fact that he's using the leaves to frame the two girls in the fountain looks beautiful. The other thing, I don't know if people know that you can turn off plumb bobs with the command headline effects off. You just turn on your testing cheats and get the bar up top and then just type in headline effects off, and you can lose plumb bobs for photos and cinematics and stuff. Now, the next image is one that I felt we should highlight. Look at that beautiful pop of red in the front underneath the fountain. And the diagonals going in, great depth on both sides. It's a very dynamic photo. There's a very interesting thing that's happening with, I don't know if there's an entrance out front, but we have two of the statues. I think that they're probably the most beautiful statues in the game, those two women, the female statues that come with the romantic garden. Those are somehow incorporated with the lamps and the building. So I think he has combined them all together so it blends, and basically the lamp becomes part of the statue, becomes part of the building. And that is brilliant in my opinion. Love it. And on this last image, look at the roof. Like, what? How awesome is that? Toni always comes up with the best ideas, and I love this shape. I love this design, and I love that it makes this building an open air concept building. Fabulous. Next up is Derrick Johnson TS, and he says he has a beautiful garden showcasing all the items from the pack. Perfect for a date, family outing, or to be the venue of a small wedding. The moat is a unique feature. That threw me. It actually says the moat is a unique feature. And it also gives his gallery ID. And I would assume that most of these are on the gallery. So if anyone is interested, please do give these folks a follow. They're great folks, and you can download their stuff off the gallery. And a lot of them have YouTube channels and blogs too. So give them a follow. So I put this photo first of Derrick's because I wanted it to remind me to thank you all for constantly teaching me stuff. I'm always learning from you guys. And in this case, I learned from Derrick because when he submitted this photo, I got it and I'm looking at it from a photographer perspective, and to me, the fountain looked washed out. So I contacted Derrick and asked him if he wanted to change the photo out, because I'm thinking, hey, it's something happened. It's washed out. And Derrick told me, no, this is the way it's supposed to look because the Sims can apparently put soap suds in the fountains and play in the fountains. And so I learned something new. How awesome is that? I even tested it with my own Sim. So thank you so much for teaching me something new, Derrick. But I'm going to move on to image 2 where we can get a better overall feel of the garden here. And I like this image a lot, and I like it because of the shapes. I'm very into shapes and patterns, and we have a really good thing happening with the round fountain in the middle, surrounded by the square, and the benches off on the diagonals, and then you have those L's that I think are part of the moat. I'm going to get a kick out of that moat thing. But what a great idea, right? So he's got the bridges there and everything. It's fabulous. But so anyway, I really like the shape structure that's happening here. But I like the next image even more because of this step up, step down wall thing he has going on. And the way he took this image, it gave it to us on like kind of so that the fountain looks like a diamond and the little stairs go up to on both sides to the little bench that's there. And we get to see the roof and the great shape that is. And just the step up, step down thing with the walls. What a brilliant idea. I can't believe I've never thought of that. I'm stealing that, Derrick. Just so you know, I'm stealing that idea because that's just fabulous. I'm going to use that at some point. And yeah, so I really think that that's very creative. And I also like the way the statues are displayed, the shapes of their platforms there, and the landscaping that's done on the right-hand side is nice as well. So that's Derrick's. Now, our next entry comes to us from HellBunny123, and she gives us a Gothic Memorial Secret Garden. And so this is really cool. This, if you're a builder, you know that she put up some walls to create a room to create that roof. And I love those kind of roofs for outside uses like this. And the fact that she did that, tore down the walls, and then used the romantic garden divider pieces as walls was a pretty brilliant idea for a little pergola like this. And she made a very nice romantic area. Very true to the pack name, I think. This next one here is very in line with her Gothic image, and I love the overall tone of this, or her Gothic theme rather, and I love the overall tone of this. The only thing I question on this is, do we have those headstones and the roses? I don't recall ever seeing those in my game, and if we have them in the game, I need to know about it. I need to be able to use those things. I have to look and see if I can find them, because I've never seen them before. Nonetheless, moving on. This next image, I love this. I love the asymmetry of this. I love how this is balanced. Look how romantic it is, and the lighting and just the way the pieces are used and the way everything flows. It's wonderful. The fact that the fountain really draws your eye in the forefront, and the statue in the back with the lion water fountain behind it in this shroud of flowers, and it's lit up well. So your eye starts at the fountain and then goes to that back statue. At least mine does. I don't know if anyone else's does, but that's what happens with me when I look at this, and it just looks beautiful, and it looks like you want to sit by there and hang out with your lover. And then this one here was my favorite of HellBunny's images. I love the color. I love the tone. And again, the stairs going up to the fountain, I just want to sit there with the lover. I want to have a little makeout session and enjoy the sounds of the crickets and watch the lightning bugs around me and things like that. That's how I feel when I look at this. Now, our next entrant is Laura-Ann BYT, and her tweet said, "Pay a fee, sign a contract, and Well Wishers Inc. will grant you a wish at their wishing well. The picturesque grounds and bar are perfect for celebrating your successes or mourning your failures." The ideas Laura-Ann BYT comes up with, she always comes up with something very, very interesting every time. And so I guess this first image is where you go in and you pay to use the wishing well. And then we get a closer up image of the wishing well. And I guess it's inside. I'm not quite sure how all these flowers are growing inside, but nonetheless, it's there. It's a magical wishing well. That's what's happening. It's all magical, and really isn't a wishing well magical to begin with, right? But where we start getting good with Laura-Ann's is this image here, which shows our backyard and shows the beautiful blue colors with the white and the flower fountain, and it's all very nicely done here. But my favorite image for Laura-Ann BYT is definitely this one here, which is the overall structure. This looks like a little fairy tale castle to me, and it looks like a quaint fairy tale castle. And the way the landscaping is done and the way the romantic garden pieces are used is very good to me. It's at the right level. It's not too much. She didn't overdo it. I feel like the landscaping is done at the right level. And yeah, I just want to go and live in this little castle. It's so cute. Our next entry comes to us from Menna Buchner, who says, "A new city park has just opened up in Newcrest. The greenhouse is perfect for a family day out or for a romantic date. The upstairs wedding venue is open to the public should your Sims emotions lead them to proposing and eloping." Woo! And that is not far from reality of what can actually happen in The Sims, as we all know. So this first image shows her overall structure. And as you can see, she and Toni were of like mind in this. We get a 2-story structure with all these beautiful windows and a lot of ivy covering. And then her second image, I love that she captured this while the wishing well was all lit up and the sim is kind of backed up away from it. And the garden to the left looks nice as well, but we get a nicer look at that in the next image. This image gives us the beautiful nighttime glow, and that to me makes this a lot more romantic. The use of that particular terrain paint in the garden makes it feel more garden-y, for lack of a better term. But yeah, it's a very nice feel, and it's definitely an area where you feel like you want to be with your lover to sit and relax and look into each other's eyes longingly and all sorts of things like that. And this last image of Menna's is such a creative idea to me. Just what a wonderful place to paint. Can you imagine being an artist and going in here to paint? It's good, just such a great environment. And I like that she included more than one type of skill set here because she's got a couple of garden plots back there and the bonsai tree. So nice little ads as well. And so that is Menna's entry. Our next entry comes to us from Legasimmer, who is new with us and who says that choosing the screenshots was the hardest. And she says the build also hides a swimming pool and a wishing well. And judging by her first image, it looks like she did a full build, so I believe it. But we're going to skip over to her second image because I think it displays things that we want to see a little bit more here. And the thing I want to most point out about this image that is just awesome to me is the use of the column plus the fence plus the arch plus the spandrel. The layering of those elements. What a wonderful idea. Excellent, excellent idea. And then I don't know if she knows anything about photography, if she did this on purpose or what, but I love the way she framed the fountain in between the two statues. And even if we look to the left in the open arch, we get the lion fountain in between there as well. And then when we go to the next image, we again get some more framing. We have the beautiful spandrels at the top, the curtains on the side. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, my eye draws to the woman immediately because she's the darkest thing in the front of the image. And then it goes to the fountain because the fountain is the heaviest weighted thing in the image. And then it follows up the line of the fence and into those beautiful rose pink tables with all the flowers. And it's just so inviting. So very inviting. And it just excellent setup, excellent layout, excellent use of the pack items. And we can see that even better in the next image, I think, when we look at this entry here. And again, photographically, she's got the lines with the columns, the opposing lines with the stairs, the light inside this beautiful rose light that's going on in there. It draws my eye right into those tables and into the fountain, and it makes me want to be there. And I feel very much that the way she did this is so well done. This could be a wedding venue, very easily be a wedding venue. I also love the use of the stone on the walls too. It fits in, it ties in so nicely with everything else. So this is just excellent in every way to me. Excellent use of the pack, excellent use of everything. So that is Legasimmer's. Our next entry comes to us from Diana, who says her entry is called Garden Romance and it is on the gallery. And so Diana gives us an overhead shot, which gives us a good feel for the unique shape of her garden and the structure that she has here. It also gives us a view of the path to the waterfall, which might be kind of brilliant. I can't tell exactly what's going on there, but maybe some base game rugs size down or something. I'm not sure what she's doing there, but it looks kind of cool. I like the path. And the other thing that we can see pretty well here is the landscaping in that bottom right-hand corner. And I'm sure in the top left, the tree's blocking it a little bit, but we can see that she's got loads of gorgeous landscaping in here. And then when we go to the next image, we go inside, we see a couple of elements from romantic garden stuff in the columns and the windows and stuff. But I think that the next image that has the backyard shows it off a little bit more, shows the pack off a little bit more. We have more elements here. The shape of the garden again is beautiful. Love the water going around with the lily pads and all of that. The color scheme is wonderful. The color choices are great. And yeah, just overall, it's fantastic. And then when we get into the next image, there are several elements that I really like here. I love that she used the diagonal open door trick. That is a fabulous trick. Love it, love it, love it. We also know I love that roof type for these applications. And then the landscaping again on either side of the door is really gorgeous, beautiful color selections. My one thing is that I wish that we had an image where we could see from the perspective of standing in that door looking directly at the garden. I think that that would have been an absolutely stunning image. I feel like we get to see the garden, but not enough of it in the other image. But it's a gorgeous build. And I mean, of course, it's by Diana. Everything by Diana is gorgeous in my opinion. So there's that. Then next up, we have Nanny. And Nanny says, come visit the tranquil gardens and walk through history with this beautiful Italian park created for KG Romantic Garden. And hers is also on the Sims gallery. So she's got a beautiful Italian park here. And this one here, this is her opening image. I think the next image starts to display things a little bit more though. We can start to see the beauty of this garden. Thing is photographically, Nanny created a garden that's a little bit hard to photograph, and it's because of all the columns. It gets hard to do something like this visually, but she does capture it fabulously in the next image. Here we can see how great her use of columns is, and it's beautifully balanced, wonderfully symmetric. She's got my favorite statue in the middle. I love that she has the candles around it. And then this idea of having the fences in between some of the columns and not in between others is awesome. Love that idea. And I don't know what she's got. She's got something else going like around the statue there, or she's got it lifted up. I can't tell, but whatever it is on a little platform, maybe, I don't know, but whatever's happening there is really cool. And the use of the greenery throughout in between the columns, I think is a nice touch as well. And I love, of course, that we have some water features with the fish spit in the water and the lion spit in the water. And then on this last image of Nanny's, the color scheme is great. The landscaping is wonderful, wonderful color mixture, very nicely done. But the thing that I really love about this image is something that might be insignificant to other people, but it's the dirt underneath the flowers. The fact that she took the time to do the terrain paint and paint the dirt underneath the flowers and give us the pathway. I love that stuff. That to me separates out. It's what makes a build more special. It's those little details that make a build more special and more finished and more natural and real feeling. So yeah, love it. And that's Nanny's. Our next entry comes from Laura is Simming, and her entry is called The Drops of Jupiter Venue, and she says it's on the gallery. And her tweet gave us the first couple of lines of Train's Drops of Jupiter song. So tell me, did you fall from a shooting star, one without a permanent scar? And did you miss me while you're looking for yourself out there? And so we start this with an indoor venue area. This to me looks very much like a wedding venue. We have the long table and we have the other round tables. So I think that long table is the head table for the wedding and the wedding party, and then the other tables for the guests. And we have the type of roof that I like and excellent use of curtains. That said, I think we're going to skip over to the next image because I think it shows more of the romantic garden stuff pack. It gets us outside and we get to see two beautiful little alcoves here. One with the ballerina inside a fountain, which is, I think, adorable. The landscaping is beautiful here. The terrain paint that was chosen fits in wonderfully. And I love the half moon surrounding the floral fountain with that landscaping there. I think that looks great. I wish we could have the camera rotated around just a bit. I'd love to see that half moon kind of more from the front. I think that would be really stunning. But we do get another look at it, an evening look here, and we're seeing it coming in from the other angle, so we can see the floral fountain. We can see there's landscaping around that, and we get a good look at the eating area in the evening. I think it's very well lit in the evening, so it gives a nice romantic feel to the area. And then this last image, I think, is the one that sells it the best for Laura is simming. This is a very pretty image. She's using the lights and a lot of the floral elements, and of course the main piece from the romantic stuff pack. So there's a lot of romantic stuff pack here, and it just looks like a very attractive area. And she put it in a good setting. She picked a good location within the game. I'm not sure where exactly she is, but wherever she is, it was a good choice. So that is Laura is simming. Next up, we have Nerdy Snaily, who says, is it a date? Is it an anniversary? Or the day you'll propose to your significant other? Rose is the place. Enjoy our secluded romantic seating areas, have a luxurious meal, or walk around our gardens, all while listening to the best love songs. So Nerdy created a whole build here. She probably could have had the area that was in the bottom of this image, probably could have been her whole garden, but she created this whole huge thing, which is awesome, right? So she's got this big restaurant in the back and all of this. So she did say that she used a couple of pieces that were not romantic garden because she created a restaurant. She needed the hostess seating tables and stuff like that. So I think that's fine. But what a great area in the front here. That's so beautiful, that pink garden area. And when we get into the next picture, I love the next image. It's beautifully symmetrical. The use of the flower stuff that would typically be used around trellises and used around the fountain is absolutely brilliant. The trees going down the sides create such a wonderful degree of depth. And she's got a lot of rose pink, but she does the hot pink for the lights. So we have just a touch of hot pink, because hot pink, you can overdo it pretty easily, right? So it's just the right amount to me. And then her next image, love this next image with the guy looking at the statue. We get to see him from the back. Very nicely done. And just the statue with the fountains and the flowers and the landscaping around it. The entire thing is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And her final image, it just shows the three arches and beautiful landscaping here. Just another beautiful area. So very well done for Nerdy. And that brings us to the end of our entry review. And so now we go to the part of the program that's kind of hard for me, and that is choosing a few. So I'm going to keep in line with what I've been doing the last couple of challenges, and that is giving away an Achieve the Achievement Award for the design that most makes me want to go run to the store to buy the Romantic Garden Stuff Pack. And this time that one goes to Legasimmer for this absolutely beautiful design with the wonderful rose color and just the inviting area where you just want to spend some time in there with your sweetheart and enjoy it. And my second pick goes to another one that I thought gave off a romantic vibe. And this one a lot due to lighting and color, and that was Hell Bunnies. This beautiful red and this beautiful lighting and the steps up where you just want to hang out with your sweetheart and enjoy the sound of the fountain and have a nice little makeout session. It'd be wonderful. So that one goes to Hell Bunny for most romantic. And my last pick is going to be for most creative element. And this one is going to a builder who doesn't think he's a very good builder, and that's Derrick Johnson TS. I may disagree with him, especially after seeing this beautiful and creative step up and step down wall idea in this corner, this nicely shaped corner. The great ceiling at the top. Love the trim on the ceiling. It's very fitting in this environment with the bench underneath and the columns. Yeah, I think Derrick might underestimate his skills a little bit, at least according to my taste. So congratulations to our winners for today. Now, this is all in good fun, so your awards are fake and there are no actual prizes, but you do get bragging rights. So go forth and brag lots, because you deserve it. And thank you all for joining me. I hope that everyone had a good time. And if you did, and if you liked this, please do hit the like button. And if you're not yet subscribed, do hit that subscribe button with the little bell so you get notified of my upcoming releases. And so we can spend some more time together. And that said, thank you all for spending the time with me today. I do appreciate it. And I hope to see you again next time. Bye now.